What's good, folks? Just wanted to talk with you for a while I wait on the wife. She's trying to get ready or whatnot. But man, I can't wait to get back to the studio so that I can actually share some of the information that I've learned. One of the things me and my brother Rashad, when we were launching the podcast, we were kind of throwing up in the air about joining forces with another, podcast or whatever, his team, so that we could kind of, piggyback off of his viewership, and his team's viewership or whatnot. And the only problem I had with that was, I'm big on ownership, and it kept coming back, no, he's not going to own it, we'll just kind of, again, piggyback off his viewership, and help each other out. And that's a great idea. Makes sense. Kind of like what Kai Cenat and his team did with the team that he joined. I can't think of the name off top, but anyway, because I'm not a streamer, but kind of that same situation or scenario. But the one thing that for me, ownership isn't about like financial. It's more so about creativity. I used to be in music. I've actually done tours with 8 Ball MJG. We've done shows all over the Southeast. So I'm familiar with what that means to an artist. And I'm an artist. As Erykah Badu used to say, I'm an artist. I'm sensitive about my shit. But I'm familiar with what that looks like. And for me, ownership is about the control of the art. Maintaining that full autonomy, if you will, to be able to put what you want out there, say what you want, make it look how you want without any kind of, direction from someone else. Call me stingy. Shit. I'm stingy. Call me selfish. I'm selfish when it comes to my art. I try to keep all that to myself. But the things that I've learned, we were kind of scared, not necessarily scared, but more so cautious about, say, starting a new channel. And I think, it was more so, man, we've already got viewers, and this is one of the things that I didn't want to. Hey, baby, she's almost ready. Look at her, she's so beautiful. Say hey. But this was one of the things we were kind of worried about. We were like, hey, we've got X amount of followers already on Facebook, and my argument was, yeah, but that's not our audience. Yeah, they'll give us viewership, but they're not ever going to say drop say $7 for a subscription to, promote our channel or donate $7 to help our cause, because they're not familiar with our mission. And I just got basically affirmation that I was correct. And there's a guy out there, I think it's Learning with Trey or something of that sort, a YouTuber. And I'll probably leave his actual page in the description here, because I want him to get credit for this information. But he basically says, you're better off starting a brand new page with 0 followers. And I think it's important to be said, and I'm giving him the credit, but I want to share the information because he didn't gatekeep the information. I don't want to gatekeep the information. I want to pass it on. And he's grown 8 pages to, monetize within 30 days several times. He's done it for another guy that he stand-up comedian or whatnot. And after 90 days, the guy's already monetized and making over $200-something per day. So it can be done. Now, what he suggests is fairly simple. One, stay away when you first start the page. Don't try to combine your page with another, or combine the page or take an old page that you already have subs, and push that or push the new information, say like a new podcast, to that old crowd. The reason is with YouTube, he's saying basically that YouTube is more so going to push your video to new people. Basically, it's pushing it to people who view your content as opposed to your subscribers. So say, for instance, if I make a video about cutting toenails, all right? If I make a video about cutting toenails and how to take care of your feet or whatnot, right? And I put it to my subscribers who actually subscribe to my channel to hear me talk about music, they're not going to be interested. And the way YouTube works is, the way the algorithm works is, it actually pushes the information to new viewers first, right? Based on your sub list. So say for instance though that I start a brand new channel and it doesn't know what to push, and I put 2 videos up front, and he said start with 2 videos, and the reason for that is, he says when they get through watching one video in full, YouTube does what? Suggest another video. They want the suggested video to be your video. That way, when they watch 2 videos, YouTube now has enough information or data to say, okay, this content creator needs to go be pushed to these people. All right, and that's the only way that they can. YouTube knows that or how to do that. So he's saying initially, when you make your videos, make sure that you have 2 full videos. And he said also stay away from short, the shorts, YouTube shorts. Now, he's saying, yeah, initially if you push shorts, because people say, well, YouTube likes shorts. He's saying basically if you push shorts, you're not going to get the ad revenue because it's short form, right? Yeah, you'll get views, but you won't get the ad revenue. So he's saying initially when you start your channel, stay away from shorts, push longer videos so that you can get the ads in between or at the beginning or end. So stay away from shorts. That's one. When you first start your channel, the very first videos that you upload, make sure that you upload 2 full-length videos. All right. And make sure your description, when you put your description at the top, make sure that it's kind of precise. You don't want to talk about, if you're doing foot care or whatnot, cutting your toenails, you don't want to put in the description, did y'all see the Diddy trial? Trying to trick people into getting into your page. You want to be precise and specific so that YouTube, again, knows who to put. It's basically what he's saying is it's quality over quantity. It doesn't matter the viewership if it's not your tribe. Find your tribe. This is so empowering for me as a content creator, and I hope it is for you. But it's so informative, and again, it was affirmation for me that I was right. I was right. It's better to push your stuff to your tribe, whether it be 1 person, 10 people, 100 people, as opposed to pushing it to 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 people that are not going to do shit for you. They're not going to push your videos. They're not going to, comment on your video. They're going to watch it for about 3 seconds and then move on. If they watch the full video, you might get a view. You want to find your tribe. So make sure that your title is precise. That's one. And then use your tags. There's 3 different tags he mentioned. You got tags that are hashtags, and then you've got channel tags, and then you've got tags that you use in the, let's see, he said hashtag, description tags, and channel tags. There you go. Now, your hashtags, of course, are going to be maybe 3 to 5 of them. Don't put spaces into words or whatnot. So for me, it'd be hashtag truth is. Truth is all one word, right? It might be hashtag it's a mindset, which I'll put that in this one here. All one word. ISSA, ISSA mindset, all one word. And I've got 3 or 4 that I use all the time. So I'll put those in the actual description. Now, you want to go to the actual channel itself and then put your keywords. And you've got channel tags, and then again, you've got keywords. On those, they can have spaces. It can be how to take care of your toes, how to take care of your toenails, toenail fungus, you know what I mean, with spaces in between it. You just separate those by commas. Now, and those you want to have about 10 in each one of those. And you want to be, again, precise, be specific, because you want your audience. If your channel is about toenails and taking care of your feet, you don't want a channel, you don't want people who are interested in gaming or football coming to your channel, right? You want people who are there to watch information about feet and foot care. Find your tribe. This, again, I don't know if you can see the passion in what I'm trying to tell you, but it was so informative and so affirming to what I knew. I knew this to be true. He just basically solidified what I already knew, and now I can double down on it. I'm going to double down on it. That's one of the reasons why this video is now 11 minutes, because I'm making a longer video. I'm making a longer video, and it doesn't care where, when, how I make it. I'm just going to get on here. I'm going to talk. I'm going to give you information. Now, my channel is based on more so mindset, right? Mindset, wealth mindset, entrepreneurship. So this kind of fits right into that. People who are trying to start the YouTube channel as I am or whatnot and grow. Yeah. Let me think. What else did he mention? He said the description, make sure it's precise. The tag words, make sure that those, are done correctly. And of course, you got 3 different categories. I gave you those, or 3 different locations. I gave you those. Uploading 2 videos, full-length videos at one time. And let's see, what else? Kind of threw me off here. My wife, she's watching videos herself over here. Let's see. Videos. Well, if I come up with it, I'll make a part 2. And no, you won't have to come back and subscribe or anything just to get part 2. But if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, if you're interested in wealth mindset, entrepreneurship, and just things that can help you grow as an individual, that's basically what this channel is dedicated to. All right. So we're getting ready to get out here and do a little shopping. Y'all have a good rest of your evening. Again, in the comments, let me know if there's something I can do better. If I can do better, put it in the comments. Let me know. All right? Holla. Oh, as a man thinketh, so is he. It's a mindset.